What is good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing a way too early 2025 mock draft. And obviously I said way too early because it's still the summer of 2024. I'm summer, it's starting to be summer. But we're gonna go through all 32 picks. And this is obviously gonna be wrong. I'm gonna get lots of them wrong. Hopefully one or two right. Some of these guys here in this like little mock draft thing won't be first round picks. Some won't be in the draft. Some won't even be drafted. But let's get started. And with the first pick, I have the Carolina Panthers taking James Pierce Jr. And when you look at it, he had an incredible season last year. 13 sacks, 11 hits, 28 hurries. He had a 90.9 grade on PFF. He's 6'5", he's a sophomore, so he's going to be a junior during the draft. The Panthers, honestly, I just think they need edge. Like, whenever you look at what they have, they either need edge or tackle. And edge, I feel like is a little more important because at tackle, you have Taylor Moden, and you have that youngster. I forgot his name, but you have the other guy. So I got James Pierce Jr. going first to the Panthers, and also there's gonna be no trades. So everybody's gonna be staying put. The Patriots. So looking at some of these positions, the wide receivers, okay. I mean, Isaiah Bond could maybe, I feel like he could go up. Ricky Wyatt, I heard, is really good. So watch out for him too, but it's still not the best. If I'm the Patriots, I'm taking a tackle. And with the tackles in this class, because look, their tackles are getting old, so they need a new one. And you might say this is Longhorn bias. I don't know if y'all know. I'm a Longhorn fan. But Kelvin Banks, man, he is incredible. He's also a sophomore. 6'4", 324. Only one sack allowed. Only one hit allowed. He's really good in the passing game. I don't know if they don't have his exact grades yet, but he's really good in both. Maybe get a little better in the run game, but he's a really good prospect. I got Kelvin Banks Jr. going to the Patriots at 2. The Broncos here, they do need quite a few things. And I was thinking it makes sense. Travis Hunter going here to the Broncos, and he can... Their corners are pretty good. I would take him as a wide receiver. I think he's the best wide receiver. I don't know if he's the best wide receiver, but he's up there with Luther Burden. So I'm going to take Travis Hunter here. He stays in Denver area in Colorado. He plays in Boulder, but stays there. Staying state, going to the Broncos. And they can even use him at corner if they wanted to. And if y'all have enjoyed this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe. It greatly helps my channel. And it honestly doesn't really do anything for you. I mean, you see my stuff earlier. That'll help you. For me, it does a bunch of stuff, gets my videos out. So just like and subscribe, please. It'll be greatly appreciated. Now, the Titans on the clock. They have their quarterback and their O-line's okay. So, I honestly, if I'm the Titans... you obviously got you obviously got J.C. Latham this year. He can play tackle or guard. But I will be selecting Will Campbell. He's also an amazing prospect. Him and Kelvin Banks are 1A, 1B. And if I'm the Titans, you just need that O-line. If Will Levis, he has his wide receivers. Got Tyjae Spears, Tony Pollard, great running backs. Their defense is solid. They got a lot of corner help. If they get Will Campbell, that'll make that offense pretty good. Their defense will also be pretty good. And all they'll have to bank on is quarterback. Next, we have the Giants. And I don't know about y'all, but I do not have faith in Daniel Jones. So I think he'll be cut or traded, and they'll be taking Carson Beck out of Georgia. And I'm obviously a Texas fan, so I want Quinn Ewers. But I think Carson Beck, he's just the better quarterback right now. Quinn Ewers, I feel like he's overhyped. Because he'll either be really good or he'll just make some dumb mistakes. Shedeur Sanders is great, but he has some off the field stuff, which isn't always his fault. But I feel like he's too out there. Carson Beck is just the perfect quarterback. He's humble, he's good, and he's a winner. So Carson Beck will be going to the Giants. With the Commanders on the clock, they got obviously Drake May this past draft. They've signed a lot of free agents. And if I'm them, I'm looking at that secondary because their secondary isn't that good. And if we look at the corners, some good ones here. Will Johnson, though, is on another level. He's really good. So they'll be taking Will Johnson. And obviously they have Emmanuel Forbes. I don't know how good he is. I don't know if he's still there, but they should have Benjamin St. Juste. And then they also have Kendall Fuller. So this would just make their secondary actually good again, and their rest of their defense hopefully can get back to the level where they were at. With the Cardinals on the clock, they do have a lot of needs. D-line, I do think it's a big one. Corner is also a big one. Wide receiver, they have Marvin Harrison Jr., so it's a little better. That's a maybe round 2 pick. Same edge, but the D-line here, it's between Mason Graham and Deion Walker. Now, if you look, Deion Walker is way bigger. I think he's a whole 30 pounds bigger, 3 inches taller. He plays both pass and run defense. Mason Graham plays more pass rush. And I would also say he does have not as good stats, but he's a winner. He's more athletic, and now in the NFL these days, you want the more athletic guys. You don't want the real big guys. That's why Devondre Sweat fell. Not because he wasn't really good. He was really good. He just changed the whole Texas defense, but it's because he wasn't as athletic. So I got Mason Graham going to the Cardinals. 2 Michigan players going back to back. Vikings on the clock. They just picked J.J. McCarthy this year. They also got edge. I'll say it's either between corner or O-line, and I don't really know the O-line class too much. Let's see who else they have. I'll tell y'all just any like big names. Emory Jones is really good. But if I'm them, I would be taking. He's somewhere down here. I'm gonna pass him. Harold Perkins. More of that replacement edge. He's incredible. They don't. Do they have his sack? They don't have his sacks. He's an edge player. He's not linebacker, but he's just incredible. And if we look here, Harold Perkins sacks. So he had 7.5 sacks. So he's a linebacker, obviously, but he's also a good edge rusher. And that's kind of what the Vikings need. If they can have this kind of hybrid dude, that'll really go well for them. And there's also Nick Scroton. He's also pretty solid. I'm not sure about him because he's from Purdue. So I'll be taking Harold Perkins here, because he's also the bigger name. The Raiders. Shedeur Sanders is almost a perfect fit for this. They need a quarterback. Shedeur Sanders is a great one. And I feel like he would do pretty well in Las Vegas. I'd obviously pick Quinn Ewers, but I don't think he's ready. Unless he has a breakout season, but I don't know if he is. So I got Shedeur Sanders to the Raiders, and that would be a great pick for them. The Seahawks, I feel like they really need offensive line, but they could also use some defense, and that D-line needs some help. Deion Walker, if that's how you pronounce his name, would be great here in that D-line. And if they can start beefing that up, they got that secondary. Their defense look pretty good. The Saints here, it's like, do you take a quarterback? I don't know. Because you still have Derek Carr. You have Spencer Rattler. And I feel like they would give him a chance first. I would be taking Luther Burden. Because if you just get another wide receiver in that room, that would make that room really good. Nick Scroden is also a good name for it. Let's see what everybody else has in picking. Probably edge, wide receiver. But yeah, I got him taking Luther Burden. That'd be a really good deal with him and Spencer Rattler. If Spencer Rattler ends up paying out. The Buccaneers here, they have Baker Mayfield. Their O-line isn't really that good. Everybody has been really taking corners because they lost a lot of corners, and I agree with that. So they have Benjamin Morrison first. He's good. I don't think he's the best though. I have Jabbar Muhammad. I think he's really good. I was really hoping Texas would get him. He's a pretty good player. Colts, they got a wide receiver. And also, I think it's also a corner here. And just Benjamin Morrison on Notre Dame, the Colts just makes sense. They need that corner. They need that person to get all the interceptions. And I got Benjamin Morrison going there. The Steelers, they can always use a wide receiver. Edge, they're really good on. It's either wide receiver or corner. But I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he had a pretty good past 2 seasons. And we'll look at the rest of the wide receivers. So Emeka Egbuka, he was okay. But I think he was injured. Evan Stewart, he transferred to Oregon. So he could have a breakout season. Isaiah Bond, I love him. Now he's at Texas. He might break out. Who knows? But I don't think he's a top 15 pick at least. The Rams next. I think edge is really good for them. Is there edge? Maybe quarterback? Now, if Quinn Ewers is here, I don't know. And also, I said I would do no trades. Actually, okay, let's leave the trade thing on the board for a second. But the Rams, I think it's really good to at least get a corner. That's what everybody else is saying too. I don't know this guy. I don't know how good he is. It looks like he let up quite a few passes, but again, we just don't know yet. And also, 2 people from Arizona back-to-back. The Jaguars on the clock, I think it's edge. That's what I pick. They have corner going, but if Josh Allen had a really good player next to him, make it really good. So I got Nick Scroton. Looks like a really good edge. And Josh Allen and him were both there. I don't think NFL offensives could stop him at all. The Browns are on the clock. They have wide receivers going. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if they need a wide receiver. And that would obviously help. But we'll have Emeka Egbuka. Ohio State goes to Cleveland. Just makes sense. He is primed to have a breakout season this year with Will Howard as the starting quarterback. So the Bears, they got Caleb Williams. They got basically redid everything. And I don't know if it's early for him, but Ollie Gordon is really good. And he's really good aside from the one time he played Texas, where he went 34 yards with 13 carries, 0 touchdowns. Yeah, I got Ollie Gordon going to the Bears. I just think it would be perfect there. And if they had a running back too, Caleb Williams, then this is assuming that everybody does good in Chicago. Running back would be real good. And I know I said I wasn't doing any trades. The Chargers here, I'm trading down. Well, actually, first, I don't know if they'll just let me do a trade. Okay, so we have the Chargers. They're going to trade down a few picks, right? Okay. So the Chargers, I don't know if they'll let me go in the second round. Okay, it will. So the Chargers, we're going to have them trading down with a quarterback needy team that did not pick one. So up here, remember, the Saints need a quarterback, right? They trade down with the Saints, who are somewhere up here. You're right. The Saints pick 43, 75. I'll say this need to throw in a player. I think they could probably throw in a veteran. They could throw in like one of their maybe older guys. So I like Demario Davis, just getting rid of him. Second, a third. Let's also throw in that 5th round pick for pick 19. And then we'll force this trade, of course. And then the Saints, when they get here, because I should have just done this before, the Saints trade this pick. They're going to trade the Dallas Cowboys pick. So the Cowboys are going to not send their pick. They're going to send a player, Dak Prescott. And then the Saints, I don't know why it won't let me do this. So they're basically just going to send Dak Prescott for the 19th pick. And then some other picks. So, Cowboys send Dak Prescott, and they'll begin. Pick 19 won't be accepted. I was going to say 19 in the pick next year. So probably like 2 or 3 firsts. And the Cowboys do trade up, and they pick Quinn Ewers out of Texas. And I think it's just a great player. And he honestly should be good with Texas. He has all the weapons, and we're just going to have to see. But we have the Texans next. And they can use quite a few things. They're not perfect yet, obviously. But we can find them. I like Emory Jones at tackle. They need another tackle eventually. That was one of their main things I was worried about. And Emory Jones is a pretty solid tackle. Jets, they might need a quarterback. And they're going to take a flyer on Jalen Milroe. And he could either be really good or he could be bad. We don't know how long Aaron Rodgers is going to play. If he retires, this can maybe happen. The Falcons here need edge. Probably won't draft it. But if we go to edges, and Jack Sawyer was really good. And he just seems like a Falcon. The Dolphins, same thing. I'm going to take his partner in crime, JT Tuimoloau. And the Packers, they also kind of need edge, corner, that stuff. I'm going to take Denzel Burke. He was good. So his 2021 season was really good. He was okay last season. Yeah, they need that corner. Another Ohio State cornerback to go to the Packers room. The Cowboys here, they're going to be looking for a wide receiver. And this might be Texas bias. But Isaiah Bond and Quinn Ewers, would just be a perfect duo in the Cowboys. I'll absolutely love it. The Eagles are going to be smart. They're going to think, what do they need? What's getting old? A few things you could do. Let's do O-line. Definitely think about that. Or you do like more safety and all that stuff. Or even do D-line. So I got Walter Nolan. I think he's at Ole Miss now. I'm going to Eagles at 26. Seems like an Eagle. Just big D lineman. Lions, they love their Penn State players. And that may or may not be backed up. I got Abdul Carter going to the Lions. He's okay. But he's primed to have a breakout season. So we're going to see how he does. The Bengals here. They got rid of Joe Mixon for some reason. But the Quinshon Judkins this year, he's going to be at Ohio State this next year. And he should be good. And they run the ball a lot, so watch out for Quinshon Judkins. But the Bills, he's a lot of stuff. Wide receiver, I got Evan Stewart. He should have a breakout season at Oregon. Do really good. Ravens is another one where I like a wide receiver. And I think Trey Harris is going to be a great one. He had a good season at Ole Miss, and he should break out next year with Jackson Dart. Have like a true, really good season. The Niners, they can have whatever, honestly. Like, they always kind of suck at drafting. But I got Princely Unamalian. Florida, he's had some good seasons, but he should be getting better. Lastly, the Chiefs, they could draft whatever. But I do like some of the running backs. And Ashton Genty was real good. Marion Hampton was also good. I got Ashton Genty going there. And I think if they had a really good running back to go Pacheco, they'll look really good. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe as always. And peace.